Last chapter, a 7-year-old made the most impossible promise in anime. He was going to become king of the pirates. So how does the future king of the pirates begin his legendary journey? Almost drowns the first 5 minutes. Alone, in a boat the size of a bathtub, getting swallowed by a whirlpool the size of a stadium. And here is the thing that tells you everything about this character. He's not scared, he is grinning. This whole chapter is Oda quietly showing you the rules of his hero before a single real fight happens. So let me show you exactly what chapter 2 is really doing. To survive the whirlpool, Luffy does something so stupid it is genius. He seals himself inside a barrel and just lets the sea take him. No plan. No fear. Rides the ocean like a cork. That barrel gets scooped up by a passing pirate crew, hauled onto their ship, and carried into a hideout ruled by a pirate you are about to hate immediately. Mace Alvida. The pirates crack the barrel open, expecting wine. Instead, Luffy erupts out of it wide awake, throws his arms up in a giant stretch, and accidentally knocks one of them out cold before he even sees the room. His entrance into the world of pirates is a total accident, and it is perfect. Hiding in that storeroom is a kid named Coby. Soft, round-faced, absolutely terrified of his own shadow. And Coby matters more than he looks, because Coby is the first person in the entire series that Luffy is about to change just by being himself. For 2 years, Alvida has kept Coby as her chore boy. A slave in everything but name. He is too scared to run because the one time he tries, he thinks she will kill him. But here is the gut punch. Coby shows Luffy a tiny boat he has been building in secret, plank by plank, for those entire 2 years. His one shot at freedom. He has never once had the courage to get in it and row. So Coby asks Luffy the normal, careful, cowardly question. Why would anyone risk their life out here on purpose? And Luffy answers it like it is the most obvious fact on the planet. I am going to be king of the pirates. Not I am hoping to. I am. If I die trying, then at least I died fighting for it. Coby completely freaks out. He says that is impossible, that nobody would ever dare. So Luffy just bonks him on the head. Because Luffy physically cannot stand that word. Possible is not a real thing to him. And watch how fast that attitude becomes contagious. 'Cause it works. For the first time in 2 years, Coby says what he actually wants out loud. He wants to be a Marine. Would rather die trying to escape than spend one more day on his knees. Conversation with Luffy, and a coward finds his spine. And of course, that is the exact moment Alvida shows up. She heard everything. She storms in, and she asks Coby the one question her whole crew is forced to answer every single day. Is the most beautiful woman on all the seas. Opens his mouth to grovel. And Luffy, who has no idea who this woman is and could not care less, just cuts him off and calls her exactly what he sees. Fat old hag. The whole room stops breathing. And Coby, riding the last of his brand new courage, backs him up. First real stand of his life. Loses it. She raises that iron club over her head and brings it down to crush Coby where he stands. And Luffy steps in front of it. That heavy iron mace lands square on his head, and it just bounces off. His rubber body eats the entire hit like it is nothing. Remember the fruit from last chapter. This is the first time you see what it actually makes him. Nearly impossible to hurt with anything blunt. Then Luffy plants his feet, wins his arm all the way back across the room, and for the very first time in the entire series, he names it. Gum. Gum. Pistol. His fist rockets forward like a cannonball and sends Alvida flying clean out of the building and into the sky. His first real fight as a pirate. Punch. Over. And that signature move you just watched him name is going to end battles for the next 1,000 chapters. Luffy turns to the terrified crew and orders them to give Coby a boat. And just like that, the two of them set off across the water. Coby is going to chase the Marines. Luffy is going to find his crew. Look at what Oda did in one chapter with no real stakes. He showed you Luffy cannot be hurt by brute force. gave you the first named attack, beat the first bully. Most importantly, he proved the thing that makes Luffy the main character. He does not change the world by being the strongest, changes it by making other people believe they are allowed to want something. And their very first stop is a marine base, because chained up in that base's courtyard is a demon of a swordsman, a pirate hunter tied to a post and left to starve. His name is Zoro. Next chapter, Luffy meets the first real member of his crew, doing this whole story, one chapter at a time, all the way until we are caught up. So subscribe and keep going from the very beginning. I will see you in chapter 3.